Xin chào! If you don't know what that means, you are not ready to date a Vietnamese. Welcome to my channel. My name is Nhi, N-H-I. In this video, I will give you some tips on how to date and make a Vietnamese woman happy. I am 100% Vietnamese and I was born and grew up in Vietnam. I have been living in the US for 10 years. I am married to an American guy for 6 years. To a lot of us, dating is hard in general. And dating somebody from a different country, different culture, and speak different language is even harder. Trust me, I know all about it. Even though I have been living in America for a long time, and I would say I'm kind of Americanized, but I'm still Vietnamese. So I think I'm qualified to give you some advice. Before we get started, I just want to tell you that half income of this channel will be donated to an orphanage in Huế, my hometown in Vietnam. So if you like this video, please subscribe. Cảm ơn rất nhiều. Thank you very much. First of all, I just want to make it clear that my advice only applies to women who were born and grew up in Vietnam. If you are, let's say, interested in a Vietnamese woman who was born in America, she is pretty much American. Some of my advice might not apply to her, but some might. If the way to the man's heart is through his stomach, then the way to the woman's heart is through her ears. Vietnamese women love hearing foreign men speaking Vietnamese. Nothing is cuter than listening to a white dude speaking Vietnamese with an accent. Even if you suck at learning Vietnamese because it's a very hard language, you should at least learn some important words or phrases. For example, em ơi, em đẹp quá, anh yêu em. Those are just a few. I'm telling you, beautiful, meaningful relationships take hard work. Try to learn some funny and silly phrases and use them when she's mad. I guarantee you she will laugh. My American husband does that to me all the time and it works every time. If you try to learn Vietnamese, that shows her that you love her and you try to make an effort. A lot of Vietnamese women think Western men are stingier than Vietnamese men. In Western culture, it's normal for a man and a woman to pay for their own meal on the first date. However, in Vietnamese culture, it is rare that a woman has to pay for her own meal on the first date. So if you want to make a good impression, you should offer to pay for her meal on the first date. As the relationship progresses, you can decide how much you want to pay every time you guys go out. Kind of watch her reactions after the first date to see if she offers to pay next time. A woman with good manners would offer to pay next time or the next round. For example, after having dinner, go to drink coffee. Then she could offer to pay for your coffee. I mean, it depends on you and how rich you are. If you want to pay all the time, you could create a monster. A lot of Vietnamese women in Vietnam still think that Western men have money. Some women might date you just because you have the money and you pay for everything. And as you know, those women are pretty much gold diggers. So if you want to find a meaningful relationship, dating gold diggers is not a good idea. If you don't find the woman beautiful, you wouldn't be with her, right? So why not let her know that she is beautiful? All women in this world want to hear that they are beautiful. For Vietnamese women, we want to hear it more often than Western women. One important thing though, if the woman is not yet your girlfriend, don't always tell her that she is beautiful. Otherwise, she would think you are creepy. Who wouldn't like passionate men, right? One thing you should know is Vietnamese women who like Western men, because Western men are more passionate than Vietnamese men. When I say passionate, I mean like kissing, hugging, holding hands in public, telling her that you love her often. When I said kissing and holding hand in public, I didn't mean you should give her a long kiss or making out in public. That would be very embarrassing for Vietnamese. When you two are together alone, that would be a different story. You should show her your love as much as you could. You can be passionate by doing small things for her. For example, pull out the chair for her when you guys go to restaurant, or offer her your sweater if she's cold. Tie her shoelace, for example. There are many small things that you can do to show her that you care for her. And those things do not necessarily cost money. And by doing those things, it doesn't mean you have to baby her. A lot of guys don't realize that small actions, small things on daily basis are better than a big gift once in a while. I think it's also important to know some Vietnamese holidays. For example, Vietnamese Women's Day or Lunar New Year. You can look up on the internet what to do on those days and probably surprise your partner. She would really enjoy that. If you are doing small good things for her every day and she doesn't see that, then she is not the right girl for you. So a lot of men complain that they can't understand women because women like to play games. The game yes means no and no means yes. This doesn't apply for everything, but if you start dating a Vietnamese woman, you will find out. In the early stage of the relationship, Western men might be a little bit confused. Sometimes you just don't understand why she's mad at you because you think you did everything she told you to. For example, your girlfriend had a cold and you offered to bring her medicine and she said, "Oh, I don't want to bother you." And then you say, "Oh, okay, well, then I hope you will feel better." And you ended up not bringing her medicine. And then she ended up not texting you back or receiving your call for a few days, and you had no clue why. The answer is, if she say no to certain things, you should still do it. In Western culture, if somebody say no, you just take it as a no, and if somebody say yes, then you take it as a yes. But in Vietnamese culture, you really have to read their mind and to guess if she say no but doesn't mean a yes. I know it's confusing. Like I said, dating is hard. Another example is when you and your girlfriend are having a fight and she tells you to go, 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 D, 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 D. You should not go. You should just be calm and stay there, be patient, maybe go to a different room and calm down. If you take her words as it is and disappear, she might get mad at you even more. Vietnamese women love it when their Western men love their food and like to eat their food. I mean, you don't have to eat and you don't have to love everything she cooks, but at least try it. And if you can't stand it and it's not your thing, then you can tell her, I tried and I don't really care for it. So she knows not to cook that dish for you again. If you like certain dishes, you should let her know so she can cook for you more often. Vietnamese women are normally pretty proud when their Western man can eat their food. I would say all women on this planet Earth love it when the husband also do housework. Whether you are a husband or a boyfriend of a Vietnamese woman, you should do your fair share of housework. That is one of the strengths of Western men over Vietnamese men. Vietnamese women think Western men normally help their wives, their girlfriend out with housework more than Vietnamese men. So Vietnamese women normally appreciate their partner's effort more than Western women. I personally think both the man and the woman should do their duties when it comes to housework. A lot of men would say things like, I help my wife cleaning the garage, I help my wife taking out trash. When I hear things like that, I just wonder, why do men use the word help? They are not helping, they are doing their duties. They also live in that house, so it's their duties to also do the housework. If the neighbor came over and helped your wife clean out the garage, then yes, that's helping. But if you, who lives in that house, clean out the garage, it's your duty. Alright guys, that's it for today. Again, if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.